Sister Cheryl Smith. I see you join Hancock down there. How you doing, sister? How you doing? How you doing? Come on in, brothers. Come on in, sister, to tonight's broadcast. We are concluding the Over the Hump Day. Come on in, come on in, come on in, so you can get some of this good content tonight. I'm glad that you all are doing well. I hope that you all are doing well. How you doing, sister? Who it is? Yeah, that's Cheryl Smith again. I see you. I see you. I see you. Come on in, brothers. Come on in, sisters, so we can get into this good content tonight. We're gonna give a few more people an opportunity to come on in, chime in. We're about to get into this good topic tonight. We got a few more seconds before we jump into tonight's broadcast, and I hope that you all enjoy what I'm going to present to you this evening. So come on in, 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 come on in. Yes, 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 yes. How you doing, brothers? How you doing, sisters out there? I hope that you all are doing well. Let me introduce myself. If this is your first time looking at the broadcast, my name is Tony M. Toomer, and I talk about relationships. I talk about relationship pertaining to that of a man and a woman that is striving to be in a serious, that is striving to be in a committed, that are striving to be in a covenant relationship. My brother and sister, I believe strongly in a relationship of that between strictly a man and a woman from a biblical perspective. God created the man Adam first. He had a unique relationship with the man Adam. Then he turned around and created the woman Eve. And he had a unique relationship with the woman Eve. He brought them both together. And at that particular time, Adam said, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh, I should call a woman because she came from man. That's the type of relationship I strongly believe in, my brother and sister. Now, if you into any other type of relationship, you know, you have what is called a free will, so you do what you choose to do. But I take the relationship from a biblical perspective, meaning a man and a woman. So like I said, those of you that don't really get into the man and woman thing, or you more liberal about it, you know, you still could stay here, and hopefully you can get something out of this content that I'm about to present to you tonight. And with that said, my brother and sister, this particular topic that I'm going to talk about is very, very serious. And when I say very, very serious, it's about some deep motive of that of a man and or a woman. And it leads us to ask when, and also not only lead us to say when, but it also lead us to say why. Why should come before when? But the topic for tonight, my brother, the topic for tonight, sister, is when a man uses money and a woman uses her body to attract validation. Again, tonight's broadcast is when a man uses money and a woman uses her body to attract validation. Now, why would a man try to gain attention or validation by his money or resources? Secondly, why would a woman use her body to attract validation? So these are two questions that I'm going to bring before you, my brothers and sisters. It's a reason why. And the stigma, and I'm narrowing it down to the United States of America, there's a deep stigma because it's supposed to be about men and money, women and body. Men and money, women and body. How you doing, Sister Flo Harvey Martin? Those of you that are viewing this particular broadcast, go ahead and get your bag of popcorn soda courtesy of Sister Flo Harvey Martin. As a matter of fact, my brother and sister, we got some seats at the front, some more vacant seats. Come on up closer so you can really get into this intimate content that I'm going to present to you tonight, my brother and sister. Again, those of you that are coming in, right at this point, tonight's topic is when a man uses money and a woman uses her body to attract validation. Now, we're going to break down what the word validation means. Validation, my brothers, and validation, my sister, it means to recognition and acceptance of another person's thoughts, feelings, sensation and behavior as understandable. So that's what validation is. I know a lot of people be throwing this word validation, but again, our definition, you got to listen to the definition of validation now. Recognition, key thing is recognition. And when you get recognition, what you're trying to do, and acceptance. So you want recognition and you want to somewhat be accepted. And why do you want recognition? And why do you want to have acceptance of another's person? So you think you are presenting the best version of yourself because you're trying to seek another person's thought and you want it to be positive. You're trying to seek another person's feeling. You want it to be positive. You're trying to create a sensation in someone else and you want it to be positive. And your behavior, you want these particular people that you're trying to attract with validation to be understandable. Now, what does attract mean? Attract, my brothers, and attract, my sister, it is defined as cause. And it means cause someone to have a liking or interest in something or somebody. That's what attracting is. And based on tonight's broadcast, we're talking about to attract validation. So attract is a man and a woman. They're trying to attract the someone to like them or show interest in them. Now, before we address the topic, when a man uses money and a woman uses her body to attract validation, we need to first address, my brother and sister, we need to address why do some men and why do some women attempt to attract validation. There's a deep-seated reason why some men and some women try to attract validation. Now, when it comes to validation, there's some type of hunger on the inside of an individual man or an individual woman. So what is it about a man? Why does a man try to attract validation? A man basically try to attract validation, my brother and sister, because they need their ego to be filled. That's why men a lot of time try to attract validation. And I said men trying to attract validation, not among only his peers, but primarily a woman or women. So this man needs his ego filled. And what do I mean by ego? The ego, my brother, and the ego, my sister, is a person's sense of self-esteem or self-importance. So this man that has an ego issue, this is all in his mind. So a lot of men, when it comes to their money and their resources, they like to use that to attract attention. And when they're trying to attract attention from a woman, that is attracting validation. And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen a little later on by them using their money and resources to attract validation. And a woman and a man that try to attract validation to get his ego filled, a lot of times he could end up being used. And I'm going to get into that shortly. So a man needs validation because of his mind. Now let's talk about the woman. Women need, how you doing, our cousin reader? Now, women need their feelings to be known. In general, when we talk about validation, most women need their feelings to be known. They want to know that they are very special when they're seeking validation. They want to stand alone, and they want to be perceived as they are very special and they are very unique. Now, why is it extremely important how a man, this is why it's very extremely important how a man talk and behave towards a woman, because most men, they know about a woman mostly operate on her feelings. So when a woman operates on her feelings, and if she's being deprived of something that she's not able to get, where she feels that she's not going to get, a lot of times women resort to their feeling, which is around their heart. And if it's not being fulfilled, if that heart is not being fulfilled, they lacking something, right? So that's why you see a lot of women, they resort to the body, and I'm going to touch on that shortly. Now, in most women, the natural part of most women, they want to add to a man's life. As it is written in 1 Corinthians 11:9, neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman was created for a man. Now, sometimes on a subconscious level, a woman, she is created for a man, but she doesn't understand that she is created for a man. She's not created for men. So no woman is created for men, plural. A woman is created for a man, singular. And likewise, a man is created for a woman, singular. Therefore, some women don't think, but they have an ingrained knowledge that they are somewhat, how shall I say it, that they were created for a man, but a lot of women don't realize it. A lot of women don't realize that they got that craving because you was created, sister, with that thing you was created for a man. Now, that's on the physical realm. But you also were created in God's image, okay? But on the physical realm, sister, you were actually created for the man. By the way, there are some men out there, sisters. There are some men out there that label themselves as the alpha male. You probably have heard this before. And there are some men that label themselves as high-value man. But if a man gonna be labeled, no man should not go around talking about he's an alpha male, and no man should go around saying that he is a high-value man. So men that call themselves alpha males and high-value men, let me tell you something, so this is just a little sidebar thing. Men that do that, they see woman as possible, how shall I say it? They're not too much to par. So if you're dealing with a man, sister, you're trying to get the attention of a high-valued man, or you trying to get the attention of an alpha male, these guys don't actually see you as if you're a daughter of God. If you happen to be a daughter of God, they looking for worldly women, and they want worldly women to come towards them. I ain't even talk about, they don't really care about your feelings, sister. So I'm telling you that high-valued men and alpha male, they really don't care about your attention. It's always a flip-flop. Men are looking for their egos to be filled, sister, while you are seeking for your feelings to be filled, okay? And those of you that are coming in tonight, the topic is when a man uses money and a woman uses her body to attract validation. Now, when a man uses money and a woman uses her body to attract validation, I'm about to break this down a little more, okay? I'm going to start with the men first, then I'm going to move towards the women. How you doing, Sister Leonard Scott? Now, brothers, those of you that use money and resources to attract validation for women, the question is, why do you do it? And as I see it, it's an ego thing. Now, since you understand it's an ego thing, most men don't realize that it's an ego thing. It's about self. Look at me, I'm great. But how this world lives, and we're going to narrow this down to the United States of America, a lot of you guys that use your money and resources to grab the attention of a woman, you're going to get just what you're marketing. If you're going to market your money, because some of you brothers, I have said this before, some of you brothers, you try to get the attention of a woman based on your money or your car or your other assets. That's what a lot of you guys do. You try to use your money and your resources as something to get a woman attention. But guess what? You will get some women attention, some of you brothers, because you need a woman to feed your ego. But in order to feed your ego, you got to put something up to get the woman attention. You're using your resources. And that's why a lot of you get bitter towards a woman, because you setting yourself up there. You're attracting the validation now, that you are. Now, let me tell you what Jesus said about possession. Some of you men are big about money, big houses and all that kind of stuff. Now, there's nothing wrong with money. There's nothing wrong with big housing and being able to do a whole bunch of things. But some of you guys, you take it to the extreme and you don't understand that it's something missing on the inside of you. Now, from Jesus' perspective, in Luke 12:15, Luke 12:15, Jesus said this: for those of you brothers that you are wrapped in what you own and what you can do. You think you're self-made. That's what you think, you're self-made. But Jesus make a statement about possession. This is what Jesus said. And he said unto them, take heed and beware of covetousness. For a man's life consists not in the abundance of things which he possesses. So Jesus is saying, brothers, no matter how much you got, that's not the most important thing for you. Your possession. Jesus said it doesn't matter. Because let me tell you something, our brother, if you don't die today and you have a whole bunch of possession, everything that you have, it could be taken from you in a short period of time. Now, let's say, brother, if you using your money and resources to attract a woman, which you will be able to attract some women. So what you're actually doing, brother, when you're using your resources, your money, and your possession to get a woman's attention, a lot of you, brother, you are blind to the fact that you are using what you have instead of who you are. So when you attract these women, some of these women, to what you have, a lot of them really don't like who you are, but they like what you can do for them. So that's why a lot of you guys, you play yourself because you using what you have instead of who you are. And that's why some of you, brother, you get bitter in the end when you run into the wrong women and you think that you have been taken advantage of, but that's what you use to get some of these women. And I have always said this to brothers. I said, when it comes to a woman, you don't tell a woman everything about what you got. You never do that. You could do that when it comes close to when you getting engaged and when you get married. That's when you have more disclosure about what you're going on. But you just don't put your stuff out there, what you have, brothers. Because if you put out what you have, that's what you're going to get. I'm going to tell you a story. And some of you probably have heard this story before. Some of you probably have not. There was this one particular man. He had a whole bunch of wealth, right? He had a whole bunch of wealth. And he had a cousin that stayed on the property side of town, right? So this guy, he was interested in getting a wife. He had all these possessions and stuff, okay? But he was interested in getting a woman. So he was used to going out with different women. And he was wondering, how you doing, Sister Deborah Scott? And he was wondering, are these women coming towards me because of what I have, or is it really me? So what this guy decided to do one day, he decided to trade places with his cousin that was on the property side of town. So his cousin, he let his cousin stay in his big mansion and use his cars and all that kind of stuff. So he moved into his cousin's apartment. And it was a broke down neighborhood, and it was kind of on the lower economical end of the spectrum, okay? So he met this one lady. He really liked this one lady. So he kept going around this lady. He kept going around this lady. He kept going around this lady. He was trying to get this lady's attention. Finally, one day, he did get this lady's attention. The lady wanted to know, what does he do? And he told the woman that he taking care of himself. She looked at his clothes, and she was not one of those snobbish type of women, okay? She was not into men based on their money and resources. She was a highly attractive woman, but she gave this guy opportunities. So the guy took her over to what she thought was his apartment. So when they rolled over to this neighborhood, it was like a lower income neighborhood, right? And when she went in, You know, it wasn't the best of condition, but keep in mind that this man had traded places with his cousin, right? Because he was looking for a woman to be his wife, but he was looking for a woman to like him for who he is, will love him for who he is, not for what he have. So this woman, she had some girlfriends and stuff like that, and they would pick out and stuff saying, that man can't do nothing for you. Look where he live at. Look at how he dressed and everything. But that lady, she liked the spirit in that man, right? So they kept dating and dating and dating. And sometime when they went out to eat, she would pay for the meal, right? She would pay for the meal because she thought that the man really didn't have nothing. So he let her go ahead and do it. So while this man, he was learning about that woman, he was seeing that this is a very caring woman, right? So one day this man decided, I'm going to open up to this woman to let her know more about me. So one day the man, he went by her job, and he went out there, and he was in his cousin car. Now, remember, him and his cousin had changed places, and he had his cousin car, and the floorboard where the driver's is at, it had holes in it. So if he was like Fred Flintstone, you could put your feet down in the holes and run on the street. You all know how Fred Flintstone used to get off in his car. So this is the kind of car he was using. He exchanged places with his cousin. Keep that in mind. So he went by the bank. And the lady girl, by the way, the lady worked in the bank. She was a big exec, right? So she came out, and her girlfriend came out. And that was the first time her girlfriend seen the car. And I said, child, I know you ain't about to get in that car. So she said, yes, I am. I'm going to go get in that car. How you doing, mother? So she got in the car. And then the guy went to his side of town where he really lived at. So the lady, she was just looking around. She said, why are we over in this neighborhood? And she was wondering why the man going to this high-end neighborhood. So they pulled up in front of this big house, right? And then he went and he knocked on the door, and the door opened, and it was his cousin, right? And his cousin let him come in. So the lady was saying, who stay here? So his cousin had like walked away. So the man said, do you want me to show you around this house? And she said, how you know about this house? So the man took her on a tour of his home, right? He took on a tour. He showed, and he had some art and all kinds of stuff. So he was a very articulate man, by the way. So he was telling her about different things. He took her around the house and everything. So anyway, this lady said, who house is this? And the only thing he kept doing was smiling, right? But this lady, in her mind, she thinking it was the man house who opened the door, right? But keep in mind, the man, he was trying to find out a woman that really wanted him for who he is, right? So the man cousin came, and they started, they started chopping it up. So as they started chopping up, his cousin said something like, did you tell her yet? And he said, no, I haven't told her yet. And then the cousin looked at the lady like that and say, you got a good man here. And she said, I know he's a very kind man. He's very thoughtful. He's very kind. And she started talking about all those attributes that the man had. And then the man cousin said, but do you know who he is? And she said, yes, I know who he is. He's a very kind and thoughtful man. This is the kind of man any woman would love. And then his cousin said, well, where he stay at, would you stay with him? She said, yes, if I had to move in with him, I would stay with him. He said, in that neighborhood where he come from, would you actually live in there? She said, yes, because I really have feeling for this guy. This is the only man that ever treated me how a woman should really be treated. And then after that, that's when the man revealed to the woman who he is. And it blew her away. He said, everything that you see here, I possess it. And he told the woman everything about himself. So at that particular time, that man felt confident. I mean, he knew he could open up to this lady because that woman would. She loved him for who he is than what he had in his possession. So he knew it. So the point of the story is, dear brothers, when you are dating a woman, don't let a woman know everything that you into, because the most important thing is who you are than what you have. So this particular man in this story, he knew that he had a woman that was a ride and die chick. This woman would actually move to the other side of town, this low income part, but she had started getting feeling for him because she loved the man for who he was, but not for what he had. You understand? Thank you, Sister Scott. So that's the point I'm telling you, brothers. It's not about your money. It's not about your house and everything. It's about who you are, brothers. That's what you want. You want a woman to know who you are. And let me give you a good example. And you all know about this person. You know about this person. He happened to be, if you all into wealth, if you all into Forbes magazine and stuff, LeBron James. Before LeBron James became LeBron James, as you all know, LeBron James came from a single household with his mother, right? He did not have the best of conditions. But that woman that he eventually got married to, her name is Savannah. Savannah was stuck with LeBron's before he became LeBron's. And guess what? He was a success then. That woman, at her time, she loved LeBron for who he was at that time when he didn't have nothing. The only thing she knew about LeBron is that he could play basketball. She did not see all that other stuff that were going to come along from the basketball. She did not see all that. But it was being set up. So I'm telling you this too, my brother. When you are trying to build something, you select a woman that is down with you when you don't have nothing at all. When you don't even have a pot to urinate in. You get that type of woman. You don't want to get a woman when you make it, or quote unquote make it, because that's another situation. You don't know what that woman wants to be with you because of your popularity, your position, or anything, or what you have. You don't know. You don't know. You take the woman that was with you when you first started on your grind and on your purpose. Let that woman ride with you. Those are the women you keep, brother. You keep those women that was down with you when you didn't have nothing at all. And this just a little wisdom for you, brothers. This just a little wisdom. Stick with those type of women. Because, and some of you brothers too, you need to learn this too. Some of you have been struggling in your life, right? You've been struggling, but there was this one particular woman, she was helping you along the way. She was helping you along the way because she seen potential in you when you didn't have nothing. And guess what? You just don't know, brothers. Some of these certain type of women, these are selected type of women. These are unicorn type of women. And as you know, a unicorn don't let just anybody touch. A unicorn will vanish away when you come up close. A unicorn will only let you touch if that unicorn have a level of trust on you. When I talk about a unicorn, I talk about a Proverbs 31 woman. So, brothers, these type of women, these are the ones that you take with you. If God open up a door for you, brothers, you let them women go in the door with you. Don't get up there and get the big head when God open up the door for you, and then you look at her like she's not a part of your life no more. You don't do that. You keep them. You keep those. Don't drop this one. She might look like a plain Jane. She might be an adjustable 7. Don't drop her when God elevates you, and then you start looking at these highly attractive women. They don't even have nothing up here. How you doing, Sister Twilight? They don't have nothing up here. Then you want to divorce your plain Jane wife for one of these other women. They get pregnant on you, or they take whatever you have. And then or you get sick and you lose what you got, and they bounce on you. Whereas this other woman, she was with you during the struggling times of your life. So what am I saying? Those of you brothers right now, I'm telling you, those of you that try to attract women with your money and your possession, you are setting yourself up for the okadoke. Because remember what Jesus said in Luke 12:15. He said, take heed and beware of covetousness, or covetousness. That's what it is. For a man like consists not in the abundance of things which he possesses. If you get a woman that don't think, now it's all right to have nice things, but if you get a woman that she's content wherever you at, she's content. If you happen to get wealthy or rich, she with you wherever you at, long as you have peace in your home and you are comfortable and you can make it, she is happy. Now on the flip side, when a woman uses her body, those of you that are coming in to tonight's topic, when a man uses money and a woman uses her body to attract validation. When a woman uses her body, men use money and resources, women use bodies. Women use their bodies. Why do women use their body? Think about it. Every day when you all look at social media, every day, especially Facebook or Instagram, you're going to see some woman with a swimming suit on, not even around no beach, not even around no swimming pool. She in her bedroom with an unmade up bed with a swimming suit on and want you to see her swimsuit. Or she gonna say, or she gonna do something, she gonna pose in a seductive way so you could look at her. Why do some women do this? Why do some women use their bodies to attract validation? There's something on the inside that is missing. Let me tell you something, sisters. When you use your body as validation, you will get attention from men. You're going to get attention from men. But it's not about who you are. It's what in these men's mind, what they think they can get, or what they envision what they can get. So, sister, just think about this. You're on social media, and you might not be on social media. You're out in the public, and you wearing these type of outfits, these cat outfits and stuff. And when men look at you, and you know they be looking at you, right? You know they be looking at you. And when a man step up to you, and he say something, and you looking for a man to respect you, right? A man that's following after God, he would look at you, but he don't want no part of you. When I say he would look at you, he don't see you as rolling with him down the road. A man that following after God, sister, he gonna be very selective what type of woman that he's gonna approach. Now, men of God, they do like attractive women, but men of God don't want women that showing themselves to every man. So when you see a lot of these women on social media in the public and they dress in a provocative way, or they pose in a provocative way, they're doing that for men publicly. Sister, when you dress a certain way, if you want to be in a provocative way, you're supposed to say that for your man. It's supposed to be for your man's eyes only. It doesn't supposed to be for other men. And for the life of me, I don't understand why, and I talk about not only the younger girls, but I talk about other sisters that's in their 30s, their 40s, their 50s, they like to do it. They like to market their bodies. So let me tell you something. As it is written in 1 Corinthians 6:19, again, as it is written in 1 Corinthians 6:19, 1 Corinthians 6:19, Paul writing it. Paul wrote this. This for men and women. But since I'm talking about how some women use their body to get validation, listen up, sister, very carefully. Sister, you got to understand your body. You all remember this song by Keith Sweat, Gerald Levert, and Johnny Gill. You all familiar with those names, right? Keith Sweat, Johnny Gill, and that Levert guy that died, Gerald Levert. You all remember that song called Body? Do y'all remember that song? What were they basically talking about? They were basically talking about a woman's body and sexuality. That's how, when you look at the music world, when you look at movies, TV, and all that kind of stuff, a lot of you sisters, you are marketing it as only one thing. You are marketed as only as an object, not a human. You are an object, which are what is disposable. And you, sisters, you allow men to play on your need for attention. There are some very highly attractive women that look very nice, but it ain't nice enough. They have to dress in a provocative way to get attention. And most women that want to get attention, whatever that woman deem as her best asset, that's what she's going to put out the most. If a woman has somewhat large breasts, she's going to market her breasts. If a woman got hips, she's going to wear something that feature her hips. If she got a big buttocks, she's going to wear something that feature her buttocks, legs, whatever. Whatever woman deem as her best feature, that's what she's going to market most of, right? So when a woman market what she has, sister, you got to listen to me. Most men don't want you. They want what you have. You got to understand it. They want what you have, not who you are. So when men, sister, when you dress in a provocative way and men jump into your inbox on Facebook and all that kind of stuff, they will make comments telling you that you a queen and all that kind of stuff. You really not no queen to them. They just put, gaslight in your head. You're not a queen to them. Cause you see, a queen don't dress in a provocative way like that. If you really want to know what a queen dress like, look at a queen. A queen is very select on what type of attire she have. She not only that, a queen is respected. A queen carry herself in a respectable way. She get the attention of not only men, but she get the attention of women because of her grace and elegance. So when these guys call you a queen based on what you have, they're just gaslighting you. You're not a queen to them. You're something else to them, but I'm not going to say what men be thinking. But whatever you accessorize on your body, that's what these guys want to get to. If you accessorize your breast, they want to touch your breast and put it in their mouths. If you market your hips, they want to grip your hips and move. If you got a big buttocks, they want to grab your big buttocks. Whatever you marketing, that's what these guys want. That's all they want, sisters. But back to 1 Corinthians 6:19. 1 Corinthians 6:19. This is what Paul said, and they go for men and women, but sisters, listen carefully. Do not you know that your bodies are the temple of the Holy Ghost, who is in you, whom you have received God? You are not your own. So, sister, if you realize in your mind what I just read, do you not know that your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost? Just think about this, sister. If you see Jesus right now in the flesh, how would you dress in front of Jesus? Just think about it. If it were Jesus himself in the flesh, let's say, for instance, you go to heaven. Let's just say Jesus want to bring you up to heaven? Would you wear what you wear on social media in front of Jesus? Answer that question. Can you see yourself dressing in front of Jesus? Do that. Would you just go to Jesus showing your breasts? Would you just go to Jesus showing, your supposedly cut up abs and stuff? No, you won't hardly do that. You would go in front of Jesus dressed in a respectable way. If you try to get a job, you're not going to go to that job with that little skimpy stuff on. You're going to go to a job because you got sense enough to know what to put on to go get a job, don't you? You know how to dress then. So why do you dress in a certain way and you say you desire to have a man in your life? You can get a man. I'm going to tell you can get a man. But will you get a godly man? Not a perfect man, but a godly man. But you can get a man. But since you got to understand this, your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost. So you got to be very careful how you market your body. Your body, sister, is not a plaything for men. It's not a plaything for men. Most men will look at your body as a plaything. Most men don't really care about how you sisters think. And I'm going to tell you how most men think. When I talk about most men, I'm talking about worldly men. Sister, listen to me carefully. Most men, I have said it before, most men really think about your body before they think about what's up here. Most men don't care too much about what's here. Most of them don't. Most men don't care about your education. Especially they have their own stuff together. They really don't care too much about your education. They really don't care too much. I have said it before. They really don't care too much about how big your house is. If they have themselves together, they don't care about that. They really don't care about how much money you got. They really don't care about that if they got their stuff together. Worldly men would care more about your PhD. Worldly men would think more about your house. Worldly men might be thinking about how much you make because they want to go tell other people, other men and stuff, my woman got a PhD. My woman got a big house and all that. They want to go brag to other men based on what you have when it's not theirs. But men that men that know their role in this world, they know their purpose, they know they have a relationship with God, they're not caught up into all those things. Now, there's nothing wrong with what you have, but men that got themselves together and have a purpose in life, sister, they need a woman that they could have that travel with them. When I say travel, that walk with them. Men that follow God, they don't mind having an attractive wife. They don't mind having an attractive wife. They know men going to look at her, but they want a woman that if God give her grace to look good, he desire a woman that's a woman on the inside, not no woman that's flashy and look like she part of the world. Now, every man and woman have a past. Let me tell you that. Every man and woman have a past, okay? Every man and woman have a scar that identify they are part of the world. But when a man and woman come out of the world, that man and woman is a new creature in Christ. So what I'm saying, when a man and a woman attempts to lure a member of the opposite sex to himself or herself based on what he or she has, shows that man and woman have a lack of knowledge. Brothers, if you try to draw the attention and validation of a woman based on your money and your resources, you lack knowledge. You lack knowledge because, like I said earlier, Luke 12:15 it said, this part for a man like consists not of the abundance of which he's possessed. You lack knowledge. You sister that market your body to men in public on Facebook, you lack knowledge. Because the Bible clearly said, do you not know that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit? So you got worldly men and worldly women, they talk the world stuff. And they operate from the world point of view. The scripture sharing is the first one about possession. That's Luke 12:15. Again, that's Luke 12:15. Luke 12:15, where it states, "For man's life consists not in the abundance of things which he possesses." And when it comes to the body part, it's 1 Corinthians chapter 6:19. 1 Corinthians 6:19. 1 Corinthians 6:19. Do not you know that your bodies are the temple of the Holy Spirit? You understand, brothers and sisters? Do you not understand it? But I'm telling you, my brother, if you try to gain a woman by your pockets or whatever, you lack knowledge. You lack knowledge. You could be up in your 40s and 50s and 60s, you lack knowledge. Sister, if you go around marketing your body, which you don't understand that your body is the temple of the Lord. You live in your body. So most of the men on the outside of the world, they want to get in your body. And how do they get in your body? They get in your, whatever entry you have, that's how these men want to get to you. And you know what entry most men want to get to, don't you, sisters? You know what entry most men want to get to? Most men, sister, don't look at your body as a temple. They don't. Most men don't value your body. They might like how it's shaped and everything, but most men don't value your body. They don't look at you, sister, as you probably are a daughter of God. They will prefer to defile your body. And that's why, sister, a lot of times you have problems in relationship because you keep letting all these guys run through you. Like a lot of you brothers, you let a lot of these women take your money and stuff from you. So now you got some brothers that bitter against women. They saying they are no good women. And you have some women that, I can't find a good man. So you bitter based on your presentation. That's why you're bitter. Your presentation. You trying to attract validation from women of the opposite sex. That's not your mission, brother. That's not your mission, sister, to try to attract validation from someone else. You looking for approval, like I said with men, you look for approval because of your ego. Your ego. You want a woman to make you feel that it's for your self-esteem and your self-importance. It's for your mind to build you up. Look at me, look at me. And then you sisters, you about your feelings. You about your feelings getting lifted up. And when you go by your feelings, sister, that's why a lot of times you get manipulated a lot. Because men know that men that got skills in the game, they know to work on your feelings. They know how to work on your feelings based on having a good talk game. They use sweet, deceitful, crafty words, and they package it up. And they give you that good package and they put it in your ear. And it be wrapped good and you fall for it. That's how they get a lot of you sisters. Then when these guys run through you, you be wondering, where are the good men's at? You know what? You use your body to get them. That's what you did. You use your body to get them. Let me tell you something. Like you brothers, when you be trying to market all this stuff that you have, you brother, y'all good at this on Facebook too. A lot of you all like to take your shirts off too. Some of you guys, y'all like showing your bodies off and stuff too, right? You saying, this is me. Is that all you got, your body? Now women lust too. So some of you brothers, you purposely do it. You purposely take your shirts off. So you could try to get these women to lust after you, right? Sister, it ain't but one thing what they trying to get you. They using their body as a cloak to get you. They using their cars as a cloak to get you. They're using their houses as a cloak to get you. They're using their money as a cloak to get you. That's what they're doing for their egos. And a lot of you sisters, you fall for it. And when you get with these type of men, they get bitter because you're not meeting their needs on the inside. You're not meeting their mental. You're not meeting their emotional needs on the inside. You might quote unquote meet their body need, but you're not doing nothing for their heads or nothing for their emotion. And sister, the same thing. When you're dealing with all these guys, they're not doing nothing for you. They're not doing nothing for your mind or your emotion. If they're doing something for your emotion, they reckon them up. That's why some of you sisters, you have to take medication. You have to take medication because you let a lot of these guys stress you out. They're stressing you out because of you marketing your body. And then when you get used, and abused, you get bitter towards men. And you get to the point where there ain't no good men out there. Ain't no one out there. Where they at? Where they at? Sisters and brothers, there are good men out there and there are good women. When I say good, I'm not saying perfect. But there are some good men out there, sisters, and brothers, there are some good women out there. But they are hidden in public. God hide good men in public. God hide good women in public. What do I mean by that? God could cause you to meet the right person at the right time anywhere you go. He could do that. Worldly men don't see a good woman. Worldly women don't see a good man. Spiritual men see good women or a good woman. Spiritual women see a good man. Everybody else is blind. Worldly men are blind. They got eyes, but they cannot see. Worldly women are deaf. They got ears, but they cannot hear. Men with the eyes, women with the ears, both of them got defects. That's why they both get messed up so much. Because when men use money and women use their body to attract validation, you get what you ask for. It's all about what you have and not about who you are. And another thing, sister, too, you, like I tell these brothers, don't let a woman know everything about what's going on in your life, what you got going on, until you get to the point about you getting engaged and getting married. Sister, don't let these men know a lot about how your body feel, unless when you get engaged and get married. Then they could find out a whole bunch about your body. Don't let all these men be touching your body. You're gonna be so messed up. And you, brother, too, you're gonna be so messed up because you're gonna keep buying and buying and buying, and these women are gonna start sucking you dry. They're gonna suck all that money out of you. They're gonna suck all your resources out of you and leave you broke. Sister, they're gonna take all your essence out of you, and you're gonna look like you're on crack cocaine and you don't even hit the pipe. But that's how you're gonna be looking. So, validation, my brother and sister, you don't seek the validation of no man or woman. What you seek is the approval of Jesus Christ. That's who you seek approval from. You seek approval from Jesus. Not no man, sister. Not no woman, brother. You seek the approval of Jesus Christ. That's the only relationship that's going to last. Your relationship with a woman, brother, or sister with a man now is not going to be the same way, the same time. It got an expiration date. And if you don't be wise, you're going to have an expiration date with Jesus. Your time is now, my brother and sister. Your time is now. Get your house in order. Get Jesus' approval. You want Jesus to approve of you. Brother, Jesus don't care about that stuff, what you got. All that money and material stuff. Because guess what? That's his stuff anyway. You just a steward. Whatever you got, brother, is not yours. A lot of you brothers say you self-made. You're not self-made. That's Jesus stuff. He just letting you use it, but you're supposed to use it. Why? Sister, that body that you have, you think you could call the shots on who could touch your body. Your body is Jesus' body. Jesus created your body. Jesus the one who molded your body. It wasn't your mama and it wasn't your daddy. The only thing your mama and daddy did was copulated. That's all they did. For those you don't know what copulation means, it means having sex. So that's what all your mom and dad did. Jesus, if you got a nice shape and you look good, sister, Jesus did that. You didn't do nothing. You didn't contribute to how you look, sister. You think about you going to the gym and doing all that stuff. All you doing is trying to keep hope alive for years and years. That's all you doing. Jesus created your body, sister, so that's Jesus' body, not no man body. The only body that Jesus wants to touch your body, sister, is that man that you engage to, that be converted to your husband. That's all he wants. Brother, all that stuff that you have, the only woman Jesus wants to have that stuff is a godly woman, not a worldly woman. Jesus want a woman that come in your life that's going to ride with your purpose, that don't come in with her hands out like this with a whole bunch of debt. He don't want that on you. Jesus give you peace in whatever relationship you're in. Brother, if it's a woman, God want to give you peace. Sister, if it's a man, he want to give you peace. If you don't have no peace, the Lord is not there. And that stuff that you think you got to bring peace, nothing in the world will not bring you peace, but a relationship with God. So as I close in, my brother and sister, get your life in order with Jesus. That's who you need to get approval of, not no man and not no woman. Now, if it's that certain man or certain woman that the Lord bring into your pathway, all well and good. But remember, get your house in order. My brothers and my sister, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. And with that said, my brothers and sisters, I love you, my brothers. I love you, my sisters. I hope that you got something out of this. Brothers, it ain't about your egos, your mind, sister. It's not about your body. It's about who you are. Know why you here, my brother. Know why you here, my sister. You got a purpose, brother. You got a purpose, sister. Know who you are, why you here, and where you going. Peace out.